When you feel short of words, emojis can make up for it. But imagine if the emoji malfunctions and delivers the wrong message, especially if the message was meant for your crush. That's going to be a mess. In this busy world, who has the time to type out long sentences? Here's where emojis come in handy. One of their users is Alex. Like any other high school boy, his life revolves around his smartphone, especially today. He got a blank message from his crush. While he's panicking to choose the appropriate reply, let's dive into Alex's phone. Inside his messaging app lies the world of emojis called Textopolis. Some emojis live at ease being a Christmas tree, a football, a princess, or a calendar. They just have to stand there and the job is done. The ones who have a difficult job are the face emojis. The laughing emoji has to laugh even if his arm is broken, and the crying emoji has to cry even after winning the lottery. They can't show more than one emotion. But there's one emoji different from all others. It's Gene. He's a meh emoji, a neutral face emoji that shows the least emotions, but Gene is different. He can exhibit multiple expressions depending on his circumstances. He's definitely special, but others usually call him the weird one. That's how the public treats individuals who are different from others. Despite this rude treatment, Gene is all happy and excited today as it's his first day working as an emoji at the tech center. His parents try to stop him from joining the work as he may ruin it because of his uncontrollable expression, but Gene won't give up just now. It's always been his dream to work at the tech center. He promises his parents of showing his best performance and becoming a perfect meh emoji like them. All new employees gathered inside the tech center. Their leader, Smiler, greets them warmly. She's the smiley emoji and the first emoji ever used. She explains to the newbies about the work ahead. All the emojis will have a cubicle of their own. If Alex chooses one of them, the emoji will get scanned and will display on Alex's text message. That's it. However, just like the human world, there are different statuses in Textopolis too. The emojis which are used frequently stay at favorite bar and are treated like VIPs. High Five is also one of them, but now he's outdated. However, he's still looking for a chance to be the favorite again. After the survey, it's the work call. All the emojis take their place and so does Gene. Alex is about to choose an emoji. He first goes for thumbs up, but then he changes his mind and chooses meh. The control room initiates a scan, but Gene is panicking. He can't make the right expression. The control room tries to stop the process, but it's too late. A strange emoji face has been added to Alex's text. Gene is ordered to leave the cubicle, but he jumps down from the wrong side and hangs onto the hand-shaped control room. This causes a huge destruction and injures a bunch of emojis. Gene's parents confirm that he's a born meh, so the only reason for his uniqueness is malfunction. Smiler calls a board meeting that will decide Gene's future. His parents tell him that they love him regardless of his malfunction. The best thing Gene can do right now is to hide away in his apartment till everyone forgets what happened. This statement discourages Gene. His parents think of him as an embarrassment, but he's willing to find the purpose of his life. The board meeting has ended, and Smiler calls Gene to declare the decision. Though she's smiling, she doesn't have good news. The board has decided to delete Gene. The antivirus bots are ordered to complete this task. Luckily, Gene manages to run out of the meeting room. He rushes inside the VIP lounge and asks High Five for help. High Five thinks the bots are after him as he has sneaked into the lounge. He helps Gene escape the bots and takes him to a secret place where the losers live. It's like a home for all the emojis that were never used. Don't stand a chance in the future either. Seeing High Five's sincerity, Gene tells him all about what happened to him. High Five knows someone who can help. It's a hacker named Jailbreak who can reprogram Gene so he can function as a normal meh. However, it's not easy to find that hacker as she lives outside the messaging app. Gene convinces High Five to join him on this mission, as the hacker may have a way to put High Five into the favorite bar once again. Now the adventure begins. Gene and High Five disguise themselves as trees to get out without getting caught by the bots. They reach the very end of the text app. It's a deserted and creepy place with penetrable walls. High Five jumps out first and Gene follows him. On the other side lies a totally different world. Gene feels like falling down into another galaxy, but it is just the phone wallpaper. There are several other applications around them, like the weather forecast and WeChat. Gene also jumps in to check Facebook, but he freaks out immediately. All the people there were talking about themselves. Gene is surprised at how many friends Alex had, but High Five clarifies that they aren't friends. They're just fans who may like you and give you support until you are at the top. Once you do something the fans don't like, they will immediately snatch away all the support and leave you with the trolls. Gene feels sorry for Alex not having real friends, but there's no time for that. He has to find the hacker. Meanwhile, his parents are also looking for him, but the antivirus bots are also keeping an eye on them as well. High Five takes Gene to the piracy app. It may look like a dictionary, but it's just Alex's way of hiding his private things from his parents. Inside the app looks like a metal head club. A bunch of internet trolls also hang out there until they find another purpose in their life. The place is also full of several viruses and spam emails who are always looking for innocent victims. After passing by them, Jean is introduced to the bartender Trojan Horse. High Five asks him about the hacker and he points out to the corner. Jailbreak is a young girl who's always busy on her computer. High Five tries to start a conversation, but she doesn't seem interested. Suddenly, the bots break in. Everyone starts to panic and runs for their lives. Jean gets terrified and makes multiple expressions. Seeing his unique capability, Jailbreak agrees to help them. She uses a hidden passage that takes them to another app. It's all favorite Candy Crush. Jailbreak and High Five landed safely, but Jean gets stuck inside the game. The app has mistaken him for a yellow candy. The only way to save him is by playing the game. But they need to be careful. If they accidentally match Jean with a yellow candy, he will blast away. High Five and Jailbreak do their best and Jean reaches the bottom but still can't get out. There's an option of switching him with special candies that are collected in a separate jar. However, Jailbreak isn't sure if it will work. She tries it out anyway. Jean shouts out in terror, but everything goes fine. He reaches the jar and jumps out safely, but their activities are affecting Alex's phone. He assumes that his phone is not working properly and makes an appointment with technical support. Smiler gets informed about this action and they need to find a way to stop Alex from reprogramming the phone or deleting the text app. Otherwise, the whole Textopolis will be ended. Meanwhile, Jailbreak tells Jean about her plan. She'll upload him to the cloud storage where he will have numerous options to get reprogrammed. Jailbreak knows a shortcut to the cloud by passing through the Just Dance app, but there is a problem. The cloud is protected by the firewall that has blocked Jailbreak forever. Jean is going to be useful here. He can make multiple faces that can help in hacking the face recognition of the firewall. As planned, they're heading toward the Just Dance app. They use a path through the phone system code so they don't get caught by the antivirus bots roaming around the wallpaper. As they enter Just Dance, Jailbreak instructs the Emojis to stay quiet and not let the app turn on. However, High Five couldn't resist the red button and pressed it. The application is active now. A huge girl appears in front of them and explains the rules. The Emojis have to copy her dance steps. If they get it right, they'll be allowed to move forward, and if one gets it wrong, he will get a cross. 3 crosses mean death. Jailbreak has lost hope already as she's really bad at dancing. Jean understands her, but there's no way except dancing their way out. The game begins. High Five dances like a pro and immediately levels up. Jean is doing fine too, but Jailbreak couldn't catch up a single move and got 2 crosses already. Jean gives her a hand and encourages her to try again. She doesn't have to be perfect, just doing her best is enough. It worked and Jean started moving forward too. They have reached freestyle mode and show off their creative dance steps. Jean exhibits his different expression and calls it Emoji Pop. Everyone loved this style and started doing the same. While dancing carefree, Jailbreak drops off her wig. She's actually a princess emoji. Before Jean could ask for an explanation, new players enter the game. They're the bots. Jean believes they definitely can't dance, but the bots download the dance guide and play like a pro. Alex is in the class right now and loud music is coming out of his phone. He can't turn it off, so he just deletes the Just Dance app. The app starts to fall down along with the players. Jailbreak and Jean manage to get out, but High Five disappears along with the game. He has gone to the trash folder. Jailbreak wants to move forward, but Jean can't do it without his friend. He needs to save High Five. Everyone just thinks about themselves, but Jean isn't the same. He can't be careless like a meh emoji should be. Others may call it a malfunction, but Jailbreak finds it really cool. She agrees to help and heads toward the trash. However, another calamity is waiting for them. Smiler has decided to upgrade the antivirus bots and sends him after Jean. Meanwhile, High Five is stuck in the trash and losing all hope. But no worries, Jean and Jailbreak are on their way. They are using a shortcut by passing through the Spotify app. Each stream there is a different song, and Jean is going to surf on them with Jailbreak. This triggers Alex's phone to play random songs, and he's totally getting fed up. The pop songs had wide waves, but finally, Jean and Jailbreak reached a romantic and calm melody. Jailbreak takes this chance to express herself. She doesn't want to be the princess she was born to be. She wants to be something more, and that's why she wants to reach the cloud. An emoji can't explore enough while staying inside the text app. What's even the purpose of being in a place where you can't be yourself? Jailbreak's words have made Jean feel the pleasure he never experienced before, but he can't have this moment longer as they have reached their target. High Five was waiting to die, but Jean came to get him. He hangs down with a rope and pulls High Five out of the trash. The friends have reunited, but someone else has found them too. Meanwhile, Jean's mother, Mary, is looking around for her son. She reaches Instagram and explores Alex's photos. His family reminded Mary of her own. She misses her son and blames herself for not being a good mother. Suddenly, her husband walks toward her and takes all the blame. Jean is like this because his father was the multi-expression emoji too. But unlike Jean, he buried his emotions far away. Mary understands her family and decides to treat them better in the future, but first, they need to find their son. He's in great danger as the upgraded bot has found him. The evil bot has elongated tentacles to follow each emoji, but Jailbreak got a plan. She tells Jean and High Five to run through separate paths and tangle up the bot's tentacles. It worked. They buy enough time to rush toward the Dropbox. It's a safe app so the antivirus bots can't enter. Gene and his friends gets heated and drop down to the cloud pathway. They're just one step behind their destination. They have to surpass the firewall. Jailbreak has collected a bunch of possible passwords. Gene has to try each one with a different face, but the wrong attempts are going to hurt a little. They try all the possible guesses, but none of them seems to be right. Jailbreak gives up and apologizes for incompatibility. Gene cheers her up and believes that Alex must have set the password by his crush's name. This reminded High Five of something handy. While he was in the trash, he came across a draft email Alex wrote to his crush but didn't dare to send. Jailbreak finds it and uses the girl's name as the password. It is the one. The firewall slides away, making a path into the cloud. Jailbreak proceeds to download the required code, but Gene doesn't want to be the meh emoji anymore. He likes the way he is and wants to spend the rest of his life being like that along with Jailbreak. She admires his courage to accept himself, but Jailbreak doesn't consider herself a princess waiting for his prince. She wants to move forward alone. The rejection breaks Gene's heart and he becomes the saddest meh emoji that ever existed. Moreover, the antivirus bot has found them. He takes Gene back to the text app. High Five informs Jailbreak and she uses her princess's whistle to call the Twitter bird. They ride it together and rush toward the text app. Gene is about to get deleted forever. His father rushes there too and wants to die along with his son. The cruel smiler doesn't show mercy and gets ready to delete both of them. Luckily, Jailbreak and High Five have come back to save their friend. Jailbreak hacks the bot and deactivates him. But a bigger problem is waiting ahead. Alex has reached the phone store and asked to clear his phone data. Everything is going to wipe away. Maybe if the emojis could help Alex get his crush, he might not delete the app. Jailbreak gets into the control room to execute their plan. They have to choose the right emoji to send the last text message. It can be no other than Gene. Though he doesn't feel like it, Jailbreak convinces him to do it. She came back just for him. These words help Gene bring back his emotions and create a multi-expression emoji. Alex finds it really interesting and sends it to his crush Addie. She also likes the unique emoji and agrees to join Alex in the prom night. Alex gets happy and changes his mind about his phone. It's kind of weird, but he wants to keep it that way. The Textopolis recovers, but now there's no smiler to control them and every emoji can enjoy being in the VIP lounge and in the favorite bar. It might all be different, but they all have their own purpose. Being normal is a myth. Everyone is special in their own way and blossoms in a place where they can be themselves completely. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notification, and leave a like and comment. Thank you.